All right, so Aaron from AWOLNATION, pretty excited to be back here with you. You, as we mentioned when I interviewed you on the phone, and people can hear that at X96.com, or X96 is Meet the Bands. You were my first interview that I ever did of any artist ever, and so it's always fun whenever we get to chat, especially that gets to be my intro line every single time we talk to each other.
This is weird to just not look at you.
I know, right? It seems like you should.
But I also don't like looking into the camera, so I'm gonna look down to the left.
So maybe we look down. Which way are you looking? Down to the left there?
Just sort of
I'll look like we're talking to that.
At the rollerblade wheels that are on that.
That's what I said, and I got one of the other bands.
That ain't a tripod. What is that?
It's like one of those things so you can get a rolling shot or whatever.
It's a car, a dolly.
Oh, now we look at each other, Aaron. That's fine. I'll scooch and we can go this way. So I want to talk about, you love eating in Salt Lake. I want to start there.
Eating in Salt Lake,
So what have you eaten since you got here?
I went to this like vegan spot called...
you knew there was going to be a quiz.
Is it called Zest, maybe?
Yeah, Zest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They have these incredible deviled avocados.
Really? What's it? Really so nice. What's in a deviled avocado?
It's like a deviled egg, but I think they use hummus and some like spicy stuff.
Oh yeah.
And in like a scooped out avocado. It was killer.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
But I couldn't eat too much of it because you don't want to be full when you play.
Yeah.
So.
Or like acid reflux. You're like, oh yeah, great, and you start get that thing.
It's
in the back
such a strange thing to plan your life on tour. Like the scheduling of all of it is. 4 o'clock is a great time for me to eat because we usually play at 10. Any 9 or 10, so that gives me roughly over 4 hours to chill, digest or whatever.
Right.
So, I mean, I've showed up to so many different, presumably cool restaurants.
Right.
And they're like, we're not serving food right now. We're in between. I'm like, so I call ahead now.
So with that though, let me ask you, so you get done with the show, you're 11:30 or 12, do you eat?
Yeah.
That is the worst thing you could do for a human body, right?
No, the best thing you could do is eat right after you work out or whatever, do cardio. So since our show is so physical, that it ends up being a pretty cool thing to do. And then I don't go to sleep like right after.
I was going to say, so that must be the thing, is you don't try and crash really quick.
Try not to, but I mean, like tomorrow we have an early wake-up call because we're catching an early flight, so I don't want to stay up too late.
Sure.
That was a long intro. She's got a long intro. Is this an intro? Is this recorded still?
We're listening to Bishop Briggs in the background. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah.
There was some recorded. You're like, I'm curious. Kind of get. Do you catch what other performers when you do shows like this? Do
well,
you
I checked out.
Anything?
I wanted to see Albert Hammond Jr. earlier, so I checked that out. And I met him, and he was really, really sweet guy. I thought they sounded great. And
he almost seems too nice, right?
I mean,
just genuine and awesome.
The Strokes change all of our lives, and it's so great that the song sounded great, and
he could be douchey if he wanted to.
Sure, yeah, but it's hard to do that, if you're going out there slugging it out and promoting your music. You never want to be a jerk. You know?
But some bands do it. I'll tell you.
I'm sure, yeah.
I can give you a list of names if you want
tell
after
me.
this whole thing. No, not right now. But certainly when the
cameras go up. Tell me the shittiest bands of today.
Of today?
Yeah.
I'll tell you when we turn this off. I also want to know about the beard, because summertime and a full beard like what you are rocking right now, I'm just like a child's beard compared to yours.
Yes, you are.
Isn't it miserable?
It is.
So why are we doing it?
I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I'm not. It's such a fun. So it's a great test of people's character that I don't meet. I haven't met yet. Okay. For example, let's say I go to a party or a get together of some sort. If someone has something to say about my beard out of the gates, other than something nice, not that I care to hear something nice about it.
Sure.
They're shitty. For example, like, oh, you look like Forrest Gump or something. Oh, who do you think you are? And I'm like, this is just, who cares what I look like? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's it's unfair for someone to think that I'm interested in their opinion about my beard. It doesn't make a difference to me. I just didn't shave one. Look, when we were setting up the record, we had to do a lot of filming.
Okay.
And that we did this whole documentary on us in Austria of like recording live to vinyl, and it was a really fun experience. And I shaved for that because
you don't want hairs to get on the vinyl, right?
Yeah.
Scratches up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I just wanted to be clean because that's what my face is. I don't know. It just seems like the most innocent way and most honest way. So then after that, I'm like, I don't want to shave anymore. I hated that. I hate the process of shaving.
Sure.
And then and of course, everybody's going to tell me to shave that watches this, I'm sure. But I can't tell you how many fans go, what are you doing? You should shave this and stuff. And like,
well, I think people.
It's so much easier to not do it. You know?
Yeah. Yes. Because even though, like, I do the neck, I'm like, I should just grow the throat beard too, man.
And honestly, when I surf, I feel like I look a little meaner, so I get more waves. So
that guy's gonna stab me. I better. He's got to.
And when you sing, your face usually looks stupid, you know. So why not cover it up with a beard? And so I have like a security blanket up for my face on stage. So, having said that, I was thinking about shaving it.
Yeah.
Very soon.
So it's
almost been a year, so I figured why not go a year?
Is there some sort of anniversary with the year? Like what day it was?
It would be December. It would be right around December because that's when we did the It's nice to do. You know, we put out the record. We've been touring that record, so it's kind of a fun like landmark, I guess, to just keep going. And another thing, like, okay, so the guy.
I feel like I'm looking at you way more during this interview.
I talk shit about like talking about a beer, and that's all we're doing, of course. But so the guy that's on the cover of my album, his name's Alfie. He's like salt of the earth. Anyone that lives where we live kind of knows him and stuff. He's been around forever, and he's actually on the first season of American Pickers. Okay. And he's a really cool dude, and lot of stories to hear from him, a lot of wisdom to gain, or you know, just he's I've learned a lot from him. Okay. To say the least. He was in Vietnam and stuff. He's just like, he can do anything. Basically, he could build a mountain with his tractor. He's just badass. And I remember when my beard got pretty significant, he said, man, and he has a gigantic beard. He said, you know, don't ever let anyone tell you to shave that. It's the ultimate freedom. It means that you don't have to shave, you know, to present yourself as some sort of work situation, and it's the ultimate freedom, and that kind of stuck with me a little bit. And I have the opportunity to not. I don't have to, so I don't know, but I'll probably shave soon. Having said all of this,
I think that people also too like for me, like it sort of becomes like, is there like a life change or like some sort of religious or a de-religious awakening? You know what I'm saying? Like it's an outward manifestation of an inner change, maybe.
No,
we're assigning a lot of value to some hair on a face.
Yeah, I don't know. And then when it's gone this long, you shave, you go, whoa, my face looks so small. Yeah. And like, you know.
I hate mine because I look fat. I feel like I have a fat face when I shave it. Like maybe I should have not eaten that ice cream and gone to bed the last month. Right. You know. Yeah, it's kind of like going to the gym or something and like training shirtless and go, what the fuck is this? You know? This is what I've got. I didn't mean to cuss, sorry, I don't know. No. You're like, I wear a shirt, I guess, to cover this. Yeah, like this the shirt that falls perfectly on. Yeah, this is a disaster. To make the angles look better than I want, you know. You want to talk music or you want to? But I will tell you that the mustache will be pretty sick when Are you doing that? Are you going handlebar? For a little. I don't know what I'm going to do. Fu Manchu? We got some cool stuff coming up that I kind of have to like. See, that's the worst thing about. I didn't start this band with any idea of like being filmed a lot or having my picture taken all the time. So that's been something I always have to like grovel with, you know. And and so. But you do have to think about it. If you know you're doing a music video, okay, well that's going to last forever. So how do you want to prosthetic beard yourself? You get a prosthetic beard. Yeah, I could wear a helmet. Yeah. I hope so badly that your next music video is you wearing a helmet with an obviously fake beard. Yeah, whatever. Like that was a great idea. I was in Salt Lake. Yeah. Anything music you want to talk about, or should we just leave it a beer chat? I'm fine with that. I mean, you know, whatever. I talk enough about music all the time. Where are you physically going next after you play tonight? Physically going to Detroit. Detroit. Okay. Tomorrow to play this festival there, and I'll be home all week, and you know. And home's where again? In Malibu, California. Malibu. Okay. Yeah. But so it's not like Baywatch, like it sounds. It's like, oh, Malibu, fancy, and it is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but it's sort of off the beaten path. Okay. So I have some. It's nice to get away after tour and feel like I'm secluded, you know. And you just get a chance to kind of unwind and do that. Are you constantly writing stuff? Are you? Yeah, for sure. Really excited about the future and got a lot of great. Well, I think they're great.
remains to be seen.
We'll,
what other
oh
people
yeah,
think,
we'll
but,
tell you.
But I got a lot of stuff that I'm really excited to share with people coming up. Well, you know, for the rest of this year and certainly next year. But you know, I don't want to wait too long. Like after the first record, I was processing that psychotic breakout, you know, success, and then the second record was pretty scary to make. So I took my time and like kind of, because some people know, some people don't, but it took me years of failure to get to the point of that first record breaking through. So I had to like just sit on that for a second. Right. And then the second record was terrifying, survived that, and then the third record has been great for us. And so, but I don't want to wait as long. So this time around, like I could, it's safe to say something's going to come out sooner than later instead of waiting a couple
People's
years.
attention span is so weird, right?
Yeah.
Like people have talked about, and it's sort of this ongoing argument through the music industry where it's like, do you even need to do an album anymore?
Well, it's sad because you put your heart and soul into an album, growing up on albums and records, and they changed my life and shaped everything from the way I dress, the way I think or speak, or people, friends you make and bonds you have over it. And you know, I don't know if that's dying. I think it's important to make an album once in a while, but I put so much into these three records. I feel pretty comfortable letting these 3 albums, because they're kind of conceptual, to sit on their own. Sure. And have other songs that come out, kind of lead people back into the journey of these 3 records. And when the time's right, we'll release a full album, but it's not as exciting to me right this minute. Let me say that better. In other words, it's not as appropriate as it was before, I think. Sure. You know, so I'd rather let people be able to focus on one song at a time and digest that and kind of figure out what's best.
It'll be interesting as that evolves, because, you know, today's younger generation will be used to just singles, to where the art almost of an album, I think, will become more and more cherished. I think people will still do it.
I think so. I mean, you know, I think there could be a creative and clever way of going about releasing songs that tie together, even though it's not necessarily like, bam, here's an album, but you can sort of thread it together, you know, and there's a way to do that. It's also exciting. I could put out a song that sounds one way, maybe it's a heavier track, and then, you know, a month later put out a ballad, and then after that put out like an instrumental dance track. I don't know, just do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want.
And that's what the concept of AWOLNATION has always been about. So it's a really exciting time, and to come from 2011 all the way to now and survive it and be relevant and stuff is it's really cool. Because I was just talking to a friend of mine. There were so many bands that came out around that time that they just didn't survive it, you know. And it's really exciting that we're still here, and you guys are asking us to headline your event. Sure. And people seem excited that we're here, and it's a beautiful day. It's not raining, as we talked about earlier.
Normally, AWOLNATION brings rain, but this time
we prevent rain when it's there. Actually, that's our secret.
And truthfully, like, we were excited to play you some music, but we knew that in your heart of hearts, you just wanted to come and eat here again in Salt Lake. So we're like, we'll pay him.
Yeah, why not?
Come.
Yeah,
I mean, while you're eating, you might as well.
Yeah, why not?
Play a show.
Why not?
I'm excited to see the future of your beard and the future of the band, and
God only knows what's going to happen with his beard. You know, I don't know.
Well, follow on the social media, because that's how you'll know. Look at this. I'll shave mine. His will go in phases or some sort of.
There's just a lot of gray in this too, so I'll instantly look like I'm 12. Yeah. You know, when I shave it.
Yeah. I appreciate you taking a couple minutes.
Yeah, no problem, man. Good to see you again.
Good
to see you for the first time.
No, again. Remember, it was first time.
Oh yeah.
In that awkward room at the University of Utah. Then the other times have been.
I was confused because you said about your first interview, and we just did that on the phone.
Yeah.
Got it. Full circle.
Right.